Good morning, lovely. I got a channel message. The world treats you the way you treat yourself. Be mindful of that as you navigate through life and give yourself grace and patience through this process of growth and expansion. You are the prize. Don't ever forget that. So I really feel like this is important for a lot of us before we walk through what I'm calling this New Year portal, which is essentially just an opportunity to shed all of the baggage from the past and walk through unencumbered by what we've experienced. And also, not to drag all of our baggage into this new year. In a metaphorical sense, of course, emotionally, that we allow ourselves to shed the weight of who we were and make room for who we're becoming. And so much of that has to do with how we treat ourselves. Now, if you're one of those people that has always treated yourself poorly because you didn't think that you were worthy of being loved, that you didn't think that you had what it took to be accepted, that you've experienced a lot of rejection, heartbreak, trauma in your life, there's some emotional part of you that's been dragging that with you and essentially presenting it to the people around you as the truth. And by that I just mean the way that you treat yourself is the way other people see you. And so if you are always busy giving your power away, or you don't know how to just stand in your power because you're not used to being respected, you're not used to being seen as somebody powerful, or worthy of holding their power, you're going to continue experiencing that same dynamic if you continue to carry that dynamic within you. It is the way that you treat yourself that other people recognize and respond to. And this is a subconscious response, of course. They're not consciously aware of what they're doing or why. But think about it like this. There's somebody that walks into a party or bar or somewhere that you happen to be, and they are just full of confidence. Aren't you going to kind of lend them a lot of credit in certain areas that they haven't necessarily proven to you just because of the nature of their energy, the fact that they come across as very confident, versus someone who walks in very mousy and just kind of, insecure? You're gonna kind of fill in the blanks for them too, but maybe not in as generous a way. This is the subconscious mind filling in the blanks. That's what our ego likes to do. It likes to have a lot of information. And when it can't get the information that it wants, it creates it. And this is something, I have a very, very analytical brain. It's really great for a lot of things, but it's not great for overthinking. And, when it wants information, it'll just procure something. It'll just pull it out of thin air. It'll just create some scenario and make it real. This is what the ego does. So be careful. Be careful with where you go in your mind, where you allow yourself to go, and also the way that you treat yourself, the way that you show up in interactions, the way that you carry yourself, and especially the way you expect other people to treat you. That's the most important thing. If you walk into a situation and you project on it and say, this is what's going to happen, guess what's going to happen? Exactly what you projected. And it's because we really have so much more control over the external world than we realize. Our external world. We have a lot more impact on the entire world than we realize, but we have so much more control over our external experience. Our internal and external experience than we realize, and so much of it has to do with how we value ourselves. So I just want you to close your eyes with me if this message is for you, and just picture yourself as the version that you have always wanted to be. Don't complicate things with status and this and that. Just picture yourself standing there. What do you look like? What do you sound like? What do you talk like? What do you walk like? Have fun with it. what you might realize is that you're a lot closer to who you want to be than you think. And if you're not, that's because you're still seeing yourself from an outdated lens. I'm really telling you, you have the ability to transform into someone completely new by the time the new year comes, if you really choose to surrender to this. And surrendering involves shedding so much of who you thought you were. I just want to share personally, I am not the same person I was 6 months ago. Not even close. 8 months ago is more of a likely timeline. But 8 months is not that long. I have completely reinvented myself. Started a new business, started a new era. Just out the window goes everything that the old Sophia paradigm embodied. Has it been easy? No, fuck no. It's been brutal. Walking away from everyone from my past, reinventing myself, challenging every single fiber of my being. But it's because I know I'm here for greater things. My soul keeps telling me, get all this bullshit out of the way because we got somewhere to go. There's a thread that you're following. Let it guide you. And that thread is probably telling you who you are. That thread, those breadcrumbs that God is setting out for you, they're telling you that you're special. They're telling you, if you're in my collective, that you're not average. You're not who you think you are. There's so much of that programming, right? It starts within and then we project it out, and then it's like a two-way mirror. Yeah, it is. It's like a two-way mirror. Because there's lots of messages today. Thank you, Spirit. I'm just going to try to bring it back here, though, because that was a lot, and I can't speak to everything that was just coming in. The point is, you are in control of your life. God is in control of you, ultimately, but you are in the driver's seat of your own life. You are creating the reality around you. Your spirit guides are here and ready at the turn of a dime to do something totally different and show you a completely different reality. They're just waiting for your cue, which is that you start treating yourself differently, that you start carrying yourself differently, that you start approaching your situations, people, dynamics differently. And as a person who's done all of that recently, I can tell you, man, it fucking works, y'all. It fucking works. It doesn't mean you can just go around and say, talk a big game. It has nothing to do with that. It's all about living in alignment. It's all about walking the talk, being in alignment with your soul calling, loving yourself unconditionally in a real, honest to God way. It has nothing to do with posing or pretending. That's not going to work. That's not going to do it. That's not it at all. So don't even focus your energy in that direction. Yes, there's some element to the fake it till you make it thing. I truly believe that. But ultimately, in order for this to truly work, you have to actually step into this new phase of your life and admit and acknowledge that you're special, and admit and acknowledge that you love yourself, no matter what you look like, no matter what you've been through, no matter how others value you. Always come back to your own sense of strength in your the way that you value yourself. That's your bedrock. That's your foundation. Everything else is something built on top. So we don't go out and reach for love outside of ourselves as the foundation. No. Foundation is down here. It's basically right here. How you treat yourself. So I know there's a lot in here, but this is a big topic. Self-love was actually what I started out. That's what I thought I was doing when I quit my old business. I thought I was going to start teaching people about self-love. And I do that through this work, but it's very important to me, and it's a huge part of the reason why I've been able to elevate and transform. It is the reason. It's the reason. I started loving myself first. I started pouring into myself. I started healing trauma. I started investing in myself, in my passions, in my intelligence, right? In my natural abilities, because we all come here with keys to unlock all kinds of magic. They're all right here. They've been here this whole time. We just have to see them differently. And we have to move with them differently, with intention. So before this new year, get busy, shaking all that old shit off and starting a new paradigm where you walk into a room and you know who you are. You know that you're valuable, no matter what other people are thinking of you. All right? I'm sending you so much love, beautiful. I'll see you next time.